Good morning and welcome. Today I am going to be doing another one brand makeover. It's the last brand I purchased during the Black Friday madness I went through. As you may have gathered, during Black Friday there was some fantastic deals out there which I just could not refuse. So I bought, oh god, well you saw I spent quite a bit of money on the Illamasqua range and I absolutely loved that, and I wore it last Friday and I rocked the whole look. I thought I looked really good. That's just me saying. So today the brand is Kiko Milano, and I bought a few items from the Arctic holiday range. Only a few items because some of the things weren't going to suit me, but no, I did a bit of a dent to my bank account as per usual. So let me show you the few items that I purchased. In the box, I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at on the top, but it was this. They had this little sack. It was almost like a Santa sack for everything to go in. So I'm putting all my Kiko things in there now, so that was rather nice. And then what I also purchased was, I'll show you the first thing because I did wear this on Friday night even though I was wearing Illamasqua products. It was this lipstick here, which is really gorgeous. When I did my Illamasqua look, I did ask what everybody thought about the red lipstick, and quite a few of you said it might have been a little bit too bright. So I decided to wear this one, which was still bright, but it wasn't as bright. So this lipstick from Kiko, let me get it for you. It's in their Arctic holiday range, and let me show it to you. It's called the 3D Hydra Lip Gloss, and it cost £7.90, which was rather nice. So I'm showing you that one first because I did actually wear that on Friday night. So before I go through everything, I am just going to apply all the products and I'll go through everything then. Right, so the first thing I have is a primer. So the primer is a matte face base. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, so let's show this to you. Okay, so it looks like this. And it says it's a long-lasting, mattifying and evening face base. Don't know why they have to say evening, but that's all promising, isn't it? So let's put this on. I normally would double prime, but I haven't double primed today because it is actually extremely cold outside and the weather is very drying, and I spend a lot of time outside going between my inspections. So I have put a moisturiser on today, which is something I don't normally do, particularly in the summer, but the winter does call for it. So I have put a light moisturiser on. So I'm just going to put this mattifying base on. And whilst I do that, let me find the price of it. So it's actually quite an attractive bottle. It comes in 30 millilitres, 1 fluid ounce. It's got a tube like this. So it's a clear gel like that. Let's put this on. Lightly fragrance as well, but it's a nice fragrance. It's not too heavy. Primer's doing its thing. I'll just read a little bit about it. So it's called Matte Face Base. Apparently it's the best in the USA. It's a mattifying complexion evening face base that conceals skin perfections. In the UK it costs £9.90. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on now. I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in colour Rich. So I'm just going to put that on and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I've put a little bit of the Tarte concealer on around my face, and I've set my face lightly with powder. Now I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer because it's foundation time. Okay, here we go. Right, so the foundation, again in this collection, I bought two, one for myself and one for my sister. And I can't remember which one is which. So it's called the Smart Hydrating Foundation. Box looks like this. I bought the colour N100 and N145. Let me try 100 because that usually sounds like it should be lighter, doesn't it? So that's what it looks like. It's got on the back that it's a neutral 100, and there's really no indication of what the colour is. So hopefully it's the right colour. Let's put this on. So it's got a nice protective seal. Let me shake it a little bit just in case it needs shaking. Has been lying down for a few days. Okay, hopefully that's not going to spurt out all over the place. I may have to get up and run because the doorbell might... Oh god, this colour looks completely wrong. Oh shit, look at that colour. Yeah, that colour is totally wrong. Okay, I'm going to be sending that one back if I can find the receipt. Okay, I thought 100 and 145 looks like a bit of a difference. Let's hope the colour I've got next is the right one. So this is N145, described as neutral 145. Shake this one. Okay, it might be better, she says. God, I'm scared. Oh, this colour looks wrong as well. Oh God, look at this colour. This colour looks like it could be as ashy as hell, but I'm going to try with it, and yeah, wish me luck. I'm just going to squeeze it on my fingers, do one side, and hope for the best. Oh shit, look at that colour. That just looks wrong. How did I get this so wrong? Oh. Wow. I got this totally wrong, didn't I? Right, I'm going to use my damp beauty blender and see how we go. I have got the other Kiko foundation here just in case, which I bought not last year, beginning of this year. Just in case. Actually, it's alright. Oh, this is going to be alright. Oh, phew. Right, so I just had to send the one back. It looks alright at the moment in this daylight. I mean, I will do a flash check with the camera, but... Okay, no, it looks alright. Oh, blimey, I was a bit scared there. Right, let's do another layer. Squeeze some more out. So it's very... Well, you can see what the consistency is. It's fairly runny. What's the word? Viscous. It's supposed to be hydrating, so that makes sense. God, it just looks so pale. I was really, really frightened there. The coverage is actually okay. I would say it's light to medium. It's light to medium. It's a natural finish. I wouldn't go as far as saying that it's a semi-matte finish. It's just a natural finish. So how long that will last during the day, I have no idea. I'm going to do the other side with my brush. So I'm just going to use my Tarte brush. I love this brush. I've got this in one of my Tarte collections. Really, really good. I prefer the coverage with the beauty blender, but my arms ache using the beauty blender. So I'm going to do another layer using the beauty blender all over. Okay, so I've put about 2 layers on my face now using the beauty blender all over. Of this Kiko Smart Hydrating Foundation in the shade Neutral 145, and the shade is neutral, which is good. And the price of this foundation is, let me get the price for you. So this Smart Hydrating Foundation, it costs £5.90, so it's a very good price, and it comes in 15 shades. I've got it in neutral 145. Let me get this. So yeah, so I've got it in neutral 145, which is this colour here, that colour there, which I thought would have been the ideal colour for my sister, because she's just a little bit darker than me, not much, about half a shade darker. So what I should have got for her is neutral 170, which is the last shade. Hope you can see that clearly. It's the last shade, but that looked too dark. And the other shade that I purchased, which I thought was going to be alright for me, was this shade here, neutral 100. So that's the 3 bottom shades. So you can see the last 3 shades, there was a bit of a jump in between. Neutral 100, which is the first shade, I'm going to have to send that back. Neutral 145, which is the second shade, which I'm wearing at the moment. And the last shade there, Neutral 170, which is the darkest shade. But you can see they've got quite a lot of the fair to light shades, a couple in the medium, and these 3 for the deep shades. But at £5.90, I'm not gonna moan. I'm just gonna leave it there. Right. So I'm just gonna set my face, and let me give you the time of application. So we call it 9:30. I'm going to try and do an all-day wear test of this foundation. When I come back later on, it's not going to be until about maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It is going to be dark, obviously. It gets dark now about 3:30. So I will be using the ring light. So the effect will be completely different, I'm afraid. The ring lights do bounce off the shine of my face, so it can actually look oilier than it actually is. But let's see how this foundation does. It's supposed to be a hydrating foundation. It looks good. It looks alright now. The colour's actually okay. It's matching my skin, so it's okay. So I'm just going to set my face with some powder, and then we'll crack on and do the rest of the look. My face is set now. I've just used the L'Oreal Mercier translucent powder, done my under eye highlighter, as you can see, and set with powder. I didn't bring my contour downstairs, so I've just done a reverse contour using the highlighter down there, set that with powder. Now, eyeshadow. I didn't get an eyeshadow with the collection. I did get the Arctic Holiday eyeliner. Now, doesn't this look fabulous? So it's called Arctic Holiday eyeliner, and the shade is, but let me show you what it looks like. So you've got this colour at one end, which is like black. Yeah, you can see that. And then the other end is this metallic colour. So I've just put a little bit of this Kiko eyeshadow on, which is the one I bought from the summer, and it was called the Bright Duo in Ombretto. I think that's the shade. Number 13 anyway. So there's that one. Right, let's put a little bit of this on. Let me bring you in a bit closer. See how this works. So oh, it's a navy blue. It's not actually, it's like a blue-black, midnight blue. And it applies smoothly like a gel eyeliner, which is really nice actually. I actually prefer this kind of application. Really nice. Now I wonder if I should smudge it. I'm just going to put a little bit under my lash line, waterline. I'm going to use this bit now. So this is the Arctic Holiday side of the pencil, and it's in shade 4. Over the dark. I don't know if that's the right way to apply it, but I'm just putting it over the dark pencil. So you can see, just put a little bit more on. It just adds a kind of glitter. Hope you can see that correctly. Let me bring you in a bit closer. So it's okay for me to wear out during the daytime, so that's fine. So that was this pencil, and I didn't give you a price for that, did I? This Arctic Holiday eyeliner, there are 4 shades in this selection. The one I have here is called Blue and Golden Indigo, and it costs £7.90. I've put on a mascara. The mascara I'm putting on is by Primark, because remember I really like that mascara. It was very good. Right, next is the blush. Now this is the Arctic Holiday blush. Look at that case, holographic case. It's a baked blush. Look at this for packaging. Wow, okay. How stylish is that? And it looks like this. So this is number 2 in the Arctic Holiday Baked Blush, and it's called Dreaming Coral. Let's put some of this on. Yeah, it's fine. Ooh, more than fine. It's quite pigmented actually, and it's got a little bit of highlighter in it as well, so don't really need to put a highlighter on. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. Can you see that? It's actually quite a bright daylight down here for a change. Freezing cold outside. It's about 2 degrees centigrade, but it's bright blue sky. I like that. That's really nice. It's got sort of different effects depending on which direction you're looking at me from. So I like that. It's got a natural highlight element in there as well. Yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. It's very nice for daytime. So there you go. There's that. And this costs... So the Arctic Holiday Baked Blush comes in 3 colours and it is £16.90. So it was actually quite expensive. I didn't pay this much for any of the products. I didn't pay the full price. There was, at the time, there was a little bit of a discount on the Kiko site when I bought it. So it was the Black Friday haul. And probably something I don't think I've ever mentioned this on my site before. I try not to buy anything at full price. I always try to get either a discount or get cashback. When I do the cashback, I use a site called Quidco. And with Quidco, you go through, it's like a site you go through to get to your site which you're going to buy from. So you log on to the Quidco site, type in the name of the store you want to shop from, and then it'll link you into that site, and then any transaction you do from that, it'll give you a cashback. The cashback, depending on some of the companies, so some of them pay back quite quickly, some take ages, I'll warn you. I think one of the companies took up to 6 months, but most of them take about a month to give you your cashback. So if you're willing to wait 4 weeks or so, it's great, you get your cash back. I do my payments through PayPal, so I never have to give my credit card over and over and over again. It's just there all set up or ready to go. So with Kiko, I can't remember what the percentage cashback was, but it'll say the average tends to be for beauty products about 5%, 7%, sometimes 10%, 12%, but usually between 5% and 10%. So I use Quidco for nearly everything I do when I buy it online, just to get some form of cashback, and then I use that in my payments again for any other products I buy in the future, and it's always very handy. So I never ever pay full price for anything, ever. I think there is a way I can refer people on to Quidco. I'll have a look on the website and see if there is. I think there's a friend referral thing. So with the friend referral, usually how these things work is that if you use it, I'll get something back. So it might be, I don't know, £2.50 or £5 or whatever. I'm not sure what it is, or a percentage. And then you get something back on your first purchase using the code that they send you. Not quite sure the details, but I will look it up and I'll put it in my description box below. But do remember that, because you probably think I buy a lot of makeup. I do. So because of that, I do use discount codes and I use the Quidco cashback site. So there you go. Got to save your money somehow. Right, so blush is done, eyes are done. All now is just lipstick. So in the Arctic collection, there were 2. So I've shown you this one already. So I've showed you that one. And that's what I wore on Friday. I'm not going to wear that today. It's a little bit too bright to wear today. But I also bought this one. Look at this case. Isn't that gorgeous? It didn't have a case when it came in my shopping. It was all wrapped up in tissue, so I'm not quite sure what happened to the box for this. But this is the colour. So it's a very dark colour and it looks like it's matte. So that's what I'm going to wear today. Oh, it's matte, but it's not dry, because you know some of these things are so dry they just skip along your mouth when you're doing it, and you have to put a balm on first. So no balm on here. That's a good colour. That's a really good colour. So this colour is number 5, and it is Arctic Holiday number 5. I'll get the full price for you here. Okay, so the Arctic Holiday matte lipstick, there were 8 shades. The shade I have is called number, oh no, that's not right. Number 5 is Opera Burgundy, and it cost £10.90. So this is the colour. So there you go. That's my final look using all of the Kiko Arctic Holiday products I purchased recently. So these are all the products I bought in this Kiko little haul recently. And I think they all look pretty good. Fine for every day, and if you wanted to go out in the evening, you could definitely wear this as an evening look. This lipstick, by the way, it's matte, and honestly, it's very comfortable. I'm so used to my matte lipsticks being really dry and you have to put on a balm underneath, but this isn't like that at all. It's really nice, actually. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that. What do you think? I'll try and come back later on today to give you feedback on the foundation that I tried out today, just to see how it did on my oily skin. But remember, I have got very oily skin, so how this is going to do, I am not thinking it's going to do that well, but who knows? Who knows? At the moment, it looks pretty good. So yeah, there you go. All right, so I will see you a bit later. Take care. Lighting's a bit dark. Get ready. Right, let's bring you in a bit closer. Right, here we go. I'm back. Right, I've been wearing all the Kiko products now for a good few hours. The time now is, let me show you, 5:45. So what's that? So that's what, it's nearly 8 hours? Is that right? You know I can't add. Yeah, that's so I've been wearing the foundation now for nearly 8.5 hours. I think that's right. So it's 5:45 now, and I think I put the foundation on roughly about 9:30 this morning. So I really wanted just to go through how this foundation has done all day. So the foundation I've been wearing is the one by Kiko, and it's the Smart Hydrating foundation. Let's bring this in closer so you can see it. And I'm wearing it in the shade Neutral 145. So just to remind you, let's get the details up about this foundation. It didn't make that many claims actually, but I'll just go through with you with it. So there was 15 shades. It cost £5.90 in the UK. And the description says, it's a second skin effect moisturising and evening liquid foundation for a flawless complexion. Its moisturising texture with easily buildable medium coverage ensures a natural and long-lasting satin finish for flawless skin. The universal response for every skin type and complexion. The special formula is enriched with a blend of ingredients with moisturising, soothing and antioxidant actions. The handy tube format facilitates application, and the wide choice of shades makes it suitable for all skin tones. Available in 21 shades, ideal for all skin types, 12 bestseller shades and 9 new shades. And it's been dermatologically tested. Okay, so, alright, so as I said, I've been wearing it in the second to last deep skin tone. This is a Neutral 145. There were 3, maybe 4 deep skin shades out of the 24. Okay, now when I do a review of foundations, I test it on my system called TOPS. So the TOPS means T stands for transfer, the O stands for oil control, the first P stands for performance, so does it split, does it separate, and does it fade, melt, that sort of thing. The second P stands for price, so how is the price in comparison to other foundations of its type. And the last S is for shade selection. What's the shade range? Is it a range available for everybody? Okay. When I do this, I tend to do the performance and the oil control at the same time, and I use my trusted blotting sheets. The best foundations I've tried, they've used sort of like maybe 2.5 sheets of these, maybe up to 3 sheets, and the worst foundations tend to use 4 or 5 sheets of this. I expect, because I have got very oily skin, I expect for any foundation that claims to be mattifying, I expect no more than 2-3 sheets, because I'm going to produce oil. Whatever I do, I'm going to produce oil. For this foundation, it says it's a moisturising foundation. I tend to stay away from foundations that say moisturising because, again, I have very oily skin. But it did say that it would give a matte finish, so that's why I really wanted to try this foundation, to see if it could combine the hydration and the moisturising with moisturising. And overall, I mean, I've been wearing this foundation for most of the day. It's felt very comfortable. The oil, I would say, started to come through. It was after lunch, so I'd say about 1:30 I started to feel oil coming through. It hasn't really, this is the worst it's got. I haven't blotted at all during the day. So let me have a quick look and see on the performance if the foundation has faded or melted in any place. Now, with the ring light always makes things look a lot worse than it actually is. So I'm actually going to bring you in, and don't be shocked if it looks really bad. Okay, so looking at my face, hopefully you can see close up. I'm going to bring you even closer actually, so you can really see what I'm seeing here. Okay, so apart from the oil, don't forget the light is bouncing off my face, so it's making me look rather shiny. I'm seeing quite a lot of fading, and I'm seeing a lot of collection and melting and all kinds of nastiness going on over here and over there as well. So let's go through this. So on my forehead, definitely some fading up there, and you can see that it's starting to separate up on my forehead up there. Okay, so can you see that clearly? Along my side of my face and perimeter, faded all around the perimeter along here, and it hasn't worked very well with the blush and the highlight, which is under my eye. The highlight I used, the under eye highlight I used, was the LA Girl Pro Concealer in colour Fawn. It hasn't worked very well with that product at all underneath my eye there. I noticed that earlier on today, but it wasn't really apparent as yet, but I did notice on application. So you can see it's all collecting, everything is all a mulch and a mess, and it's not looking too great around there. My chin's actually alright, it's just faded quite gradually under my chin. And on this side of my face, if you can see, same sort of thing. So it's all patchy along here, collection along there, collection of product there. You can see all the collection along here. So it's not looking great. Another couple of hours, this would have been a right mess. So I'm already sort of thinking what I'm going to be giving it for performance already. Let's do the transfer and the oil test. So when I use the blotting sheets, I can see that the foundation will transfer onto the sheet here, and the oil will also come through. So let's do this. So sheet 1. Not much foundation at all, hardly any foundation actually on that first sheet up on my forehead, but quite a bit of oil. So that's sheet 1. Sheet 2. Okay, so sheet 2, so where the oil is the most heaviest, you can see where the foundation has transferred the most there. So that's sheet 2. So we are going to go on to sheet 3 here. I actually expected about 4 to 5 sheets, so let's see. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't think I need any more sheets. So we've got 3 sheets there. So we've got 2 sheets definitely with oil and foundation, and the first sheet, which was my forehead, is just oil, probably because the foundation faded quite a bit on my forehead. There wasn't much left. So what's left on my face? Let's have a quick look. So going by those sheets there was 2 sheets there with foundation transfer. Don't forget, when I'm scoring this, I'm scoring it for us oily skinned people, not for dry or normal or even combination people, for oily skinned people. So for transfer, this Kiko Smart Hydration Foundation isn't great. So I am going to say probably about 3 out of 10 for that, because it wasn't great. All around here, when the oil started to come through, it wasn't good. For oil control, again, not great. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll admit, I thought it was going to be 4 or 5 sheets easily, because it is a hydrating foundation. So it just shows technology in foundations has improved a lot. So I'm going to say for oil control, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, because again, it wasn't brilliant. For performance, again, The oil, as I said, it started to come through, I would say, after about 4 hours, and I really started to feel it, and I really did feel it. In the last couple of hours, it's just been really nasty on my face. I literally just wanted to wash the whole thing off, but I knew I was doing this video, so I wanted to leave it on. So I think for performance, the way how it's faded, it's collected, all this nonsense going on here, can you see all that? It's yuck. Faded along here. It's not great on performance, so I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 for performance. So for price, well, it's £5.90, so the price is fantastic. If you're going to wear the foundation for less than 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours, you'll be alright, but don't think about doing any long lasting wear with this foundation if you've got oily skin. It really isn't for us for long wear. Stick to your other products that are out there, your Hourglass, your Estee Lauder Double Wear, all that sort of thing. But for long wear, not this foundation. So for yeah, so I think for price, if you just want a short wear foundation, if you're oily skinned, £5.90 is great. So I think price wise, considering what it's done and how good it is, and I'm comparing it to other cheaper foundations out there. I mean, the Primark one was cheap and that performed a lot better than this. I'm actually only going to give it a 3 out of 10, because even though it's a cheap price, there are other foundations of a similar price, drugstore, high street foundations that perform a lot better than this. So I'm only going to give it a 3 out of 10 for price. And for shade selection, well, there's 21 shades. 21 shades is good, would be good, just that there's only maybe 3.5 shades for deep skin tones. I saw a whole load of shades there for lighter skin. I don't know how fair it goes, but I saw quite a lot of shades for light and fair skinned people. Not so much in the middle, but again, I don't know how those would show up on the skin, because I was completely thrown by the shade I got in the foundation. So for shade selection, there was 21 shades available. I am going to say I think 6 out of 10, because it ain't great for the deep skin. Only 3-4 shades available, and I don't think that's enough. It really isn't enough. Both the shades I've got here were both neutral. What if you're yellow toned or red toned? This foundation will look completely ashy on you. So they need to have, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I never find foundations that have got neutral undertones, but if you are a golden toned or red undertoned, these foundations aren't going to work for you. So yeah, I'm going to stick with shade selection. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. Okay, I don't know what my total score is, but I will tot it all up and put the score up on the screen either side of my head here. Let me bring you out. Whoops. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, that's my overall view of the foundation. Of the other products in the range, I mean, everything I bought my little haul. This I know is fantastic. I loved it because I wore this on Friday night. It's a gorgeous, moisturising, long-lasting wear lip gloss. So I definitely recommend this. And when I took it out of my little clutch, everybody turned around to look. It looked great too. It looks really good. So this is good. This lipstick, well, you can see I haven't reapplied at all today, and I've had this on for 8 hours, and look on my lips. And I've had breakfast, I've had lunch, I've had a couple of snacks, so it's lasted really well. So this is a good little lipstick. Really, really good. I like this blush. I think this baked blush is lovely. I think they look great. I think it's gorgeous. So this was a Dreaming Coral or Coral Dreaming. I think it's really, really nice. This is a little nail varnish. I didn't show this to you earlier, but this is also part of the Arctic collection. I think there was 2 or 3 shades, sort of all glittery shades. I've put a little on this evening. I'm going to have to take it off before I go back to work tomorrow. But there you go. So this is really nice. You can use that as a topper on your nail varnish. The mattifying base, so it's primer. It's okay. It's fine. But I wouldn't say it's long lasting, because this and the foundation, I don't know if it was this that helped that foundation to last longer. It probably was, because it was a moisturising foundation. So I'm going to give a little bit of props to this mattifying primer. It's actually quite good. So it's another one to add to my collection. And this duo eyeliner, I really like this as well. There was about 3 or 4 shades in this. So this end had the dark blue indigo colour, and this colour, this end, had the golden silver colour, which I really liked. Not quite sure how to apply them as yet, so I need to have a little bit more of a play, but these are really nice as well. So I think the Arctic Holiday collection is really, really nice. All very good prices, as per usual with Kiko. Just the foundation was a bit dodgy, but I have got another foundation by Kiko. I haven't got it here. It's the one I tried in another video, which I'll link up above, when I did another Kiko one brand look earlier in the year, and that foundation was fine. So there you go, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think of the Arctic collection and of the products I bought today, and tell me what you think about this foundation as well, which I tried. Again, don't forget, when I do my scoring, I'm basing it on people who have got oily skin, and not for those of you who have got dry or normal. It will perform completely different from one skin type to another. I'm basing this strictly on oily skin. Alright, okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to give me a like if you took the time to watch this whole video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you press a little notification bell next to the subscribe button, that will notify you when I do my next upload. Alright, take care, have a good week. Wrap up warm, it's cold out there. Bye.